Hello everyone, I'm Carol and I'm back to show you another journal I've just completed. This time it is from my Small Thoughts collection. It is a smaller hardback journal, hardcover, and it is 6 inches tall, 4.5 inches wide, and it has a 1 1/2 inch spine. I have used a Tim Holtz hitch post closure with a chiffon ribbon that I made into a bow, and I've added some flat back gems here, and I've used several different digital artists. I will link below my most often used artists so that if you see something you like, you can check out their Etsy shops and see if you can find it. This, I've used a lot of parts of kits that I've used in the past, and I just wanted to use up what I had extra and left over. So we'll go in. Here is a little pocket. It says this journal belongs to, and I have cut around it and made it into kind of a fun little shape to fit as the little pocket. I've added a little bow here to cover the hitch post. And here is a tag that is not lined on the back. I have lined some and some I haven't. Here is, I've added flat back gems with a Martha Stewart punch on the inside here. Here is a pocket from one of the kits, and it had a page from one of the kits that I have added on here. I put some paper in the pocket that is lined and has pretty little things on it. I think that was from one of those journals that you used to buy at Tuesday Morning, and I've taken all the pages and I use them then as extras for my journals. I've added lace here. Go in, and here's another pocket. This is from some scrapbook paper that I had, some scraps, and here's a little number label. Here is two tags, a smaller one that is lined, one that is not. I've added a little bow at the top. I put a pocket on the tag with a little journaling. You can even journal little tiny notes on the back of the ticket. And I've used a Martha Stewart punch on this and added the flat back gems to decorate it. Here's a page with a bird on it, and the other side has the ledger paper. And here is, I've added a little bird and a flower at the top here. I'm not sure if you can see that bird clearly in the video, but it's a pretty little dove. And here I've stamped, and there's writing space there on coffee dyed paper. Here's a pocket that I've added lace to, and another little journaling card here with a pretty little lady on it, kind of a Victorian look. And here is one with roses, and two others I've added lace, and then lace up here with a little bow and a bow from seam binding there. And here I've added a tuck spot on the side, added a rose, long stem rose here, silk flower and some seam binding tucked under there with a button sewn in the middle. And here are a couple of journaling cards, a little postcard and journaling card. And here's a doily and more ledger paper from this is a digital kit, and ledger paper on the other side, and here's journaling space. This has lots of writing space. It has 56 pages in the journal, both sides. And so, and it has, I have like 25 plus cards, tags and journal cards and places to write, or papers to write. Here's a tag that I've added a flower to. And you can write on the back, seam binding at the top, and 2 little tags that are inserted into the pocket. And then here's a little pocket with a birdhouse and a bird. This is Carolyn's Musings here. She has a kit that has birdhouses and birds and all kinds of related items like that to fussy cut. And this, I believe, is from Journalocity Shop, or I believe it's the Journalocity Shop. But as I said, I will list them below because I'm not too sure about some of these. But here is a lace at the bottom. I have taken an edge of a scrap here, used a Martha Stewart punch, added the gems to it, did punched flowers and put little pearls in the center and made a pocket or a tuck spot. And here's another journaling card for that. And I've added a sticker rose here. I believe that came from the Dollar Tree. This is vellum that I had purchased years ago at the Tuesday Mornings. And I have lots of it left yet, so I'm starting to try to use that up. And here's another Martha Stewart punch with little flowers. And then I've added little gems, flat back gems in the center. More writing space. Here I've stamped an image and cut it out. Added the lady on top of lace and cheesecloth and a little flower that I've made there. And more writing space. And here's graph paper that I've added. Here's a little coffee dyed paper that is plain, and it's for more writing. And I've added a lace to it after I folded it, and then added a little string and put some flowers on the end of the string and to keep it shut and keep it more private. I've added gems to the little flowers. And a pocket here that came from one of the kits that I've used. And here's the center of the journal. I've added lace on both sides, and there's more writing space. And here's another tag with a punch. I've punched out the edge and used the flat back gems. And here are tags that I've made. I believe this is Nectar Creations. Or no, I can't remember. I think it's Nectar Creations. And I've added a bow there. And here is a postcard. And a little tag that I made adding the little boy and some book paper and lace and a bow. And here's more writing space. The other side of the graph paper. This is from Carolyn's Musings. It's a birdhouse with a bird, and she has a whole kit of fussy cuts that you can cut them out, and it's all bird and birdhouse related with some florals. It's really pretty. And here is more writing space, another pocket here. And here is, here are more journaling tags. These are cards, and here's a tag that I've added a bow to. Seam binding bow. And at the top I've done some stenciling at the corner. I've sewn around the edges of all of these pages, as I usually do in many of my journals, just for more stability of the paper. More writing space. Here's the other side of that vellum. Another little pocket with florals, and here's another gem there, and some little tags. This is a little notepad, And there's about 4 pieces of paper there, and I have, this is actually wrapping paper here on the top and the last page, and I've added lace and done a punch at the bottom, an edge punch. Then I have on the next page more writing space. Here's a little measuring tape that I had in my stash. Kind of think that might be Ephemera's Garden there. And here is one of those hands. I've added a little pearl for a ring and then a little bracelet on the arm. She's holding the flower and a little lace at the bottom for a little more interest and a place to stand. Here is a scrap piece of paper, and that can be used for a tuck spot or just leave it there and use this for writing space. Here is more of the ledger paper and the other side of that. Here is the other side of the doily, and this is not a tuck spot here, but it's just a little edging that I've used a punch on, and I thought the florals were pretty and went very well with the other side of that paper. More coffee dyed paper to write on, and here are 2 pockets on this page, and here is a tag with seam binding for the bow, and another tag. These are plain on the back. Added a little lace and a little label there. And then there's more writing space, more of that ledger paper. And the other side of that, here's another pocket with some of that paper, the lined paper in it for extra writing and more private writing. And here I've added, this had it's one piece of paper, but I added the edge of a sewn piece of paper that I had cut off from something. I added it down the middle there, and then added the long stem rose here. Here's another pocket, and this is the last page, and more space to write paper inside. And then I have signed it, as I do all of my journals. Here's a little tag for the tag in the back. And that concludes this journal. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope you've liked it. And I have several others of these to show. And as I said, these are already in my Etsy. So that is linked below also. And I hope you'll take a look. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if so, put a like on it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I thank you for all of you who have. And I will be back soon with another video. Thank you.